It's like a fucking ping pong game with myself, but it's you all. It's you all. So it's like, okay, so it did go up, but I took down the red video, so maybe I just need to lighten up. Maybe I just need to lighten up. Again, I'm back and forth. You know, it's like Mary Charlotte is a nice person, but she is slutty. You know, she just wants to be seen. She just wants to be seen, and it's vain. She's very vain. But whatever, you know, what do I care? She's not a criminal, you know, she's not, and maybe it's like, I don't really, like, I feel, okay, Patty, just have some compassion. The red video, just look for it yourself. Vicky McCrone red, I'm not going to put it back up. The white, it's great. Let it go. Like, she did get bullied. Like, I got bullied by Kim Gallucci and Kim Zorman and all these fucking sluts, losers, you know, but I feel bad for them because they're losers. They're losers. My sister's very talented, and I think Mary's a nice person, and so people were jealous of her. The females were jealous. So, okay, now I'm back, and then, you know, I'm like, okay, Mary Beth Carter, you're a good teacher. Like, Carol's annoying, but she's funny, you know, she's funny. And I remember when she came over for Thanksgiving dinner, and Nancy had it all nice, and Ken proposed to Sherry, and so Carol was like, oh, another one bites the dust. You were funny, Carol. Do you still look like a boy? I hope you're alive. Joni was fucking annoying. And then Tommy would be just like in the basement listening to 8-track of Kiss. Poor Tommy, fucking Three Sisters and Aunt Mary Alice, the fucking deviled eggs she'd make for the 4th of July parties or family gatherings. You know, and it's like, I can remember things like we went there once, and this was right around Christmas to the Sarnies, and my dad wanted to show me off, so he's like, look how many push-ups you can do. So I went down and I did like 50 push-ups, and everybody's like, wow, that's impressive. And my mom was in the kitchen, she's like, your head was down. You know, so that's how we are. We're just like, you're not, you know, you could have done better, but they didn't know about form. Mary Beth Carter did gymnastics, but she had shitty form. I was a gymnast, and I had fucking great form. Yeah. So it's like, what kind of a gymnast are you? You know, so whatever. Maria Trevisano wasn't a gymnast, but she's a nice person. I liked her. And I liked the Rush High School gymnastics experience was good. There was, you know, I have a lot of things to talk about, like, oh my God, but I'm just, okay, I figured it out. So I'm going to leave white up there. I'm not going to put red back up because you can look at it yourself, because it made me sad. It made me nostalgic, and I don't have time to be nostalgic. So the third wife of him, okay, did she commit a crime by advertising? Yes, she did. And she is gaslighting him because, I mean, there were times Barry got kicked out of the baseball because he was fucking screaming at him. You know, be like, fuck you, you fucker, you know, and you're like, you suck, you know, yelling at him, and he didn't care. And then Estelle was just sitting there, and she did nothing. She could have said, Barry, stop. The reason why you're yelling at him is because I spread my legs and you missed out on your opportunity. So you want him to have the opportunity that I stole from you, fucking cunt. So I don't like Estelle. I don't like the third. They're criminals, and so is Erica. But I'm just saying, my sister's a good person, and so is Diane Lynch for helping with Justin his senior year at Mayfield, because it was fucking hell, and it was so costly. And then, here's another thing that she did, everyone. Yeah, I'll put this on Facebook, because this is unfucking believable. She helped. This is you bitch, and you don't want me to talk about you bitch? I'm gonna fucking talk about it. That's what Donald Trump says. I'm gonna talk about it. Fuck. So she holds Justin back in first grade. So she makes him repeat first grade twice, but she shouldn't have put him in when she did. She should have not done that. So you're so stupid. So then, so it's not as humiliating. But then she does it to Jordan when he's in 7th grade. Fuck, man. And the reason why she did it is so she could get another year of child support. Yeah, because they're like emancipated at, they have to graduate from school. So she got 19 years of child support. And it's like, you fucking cunt. That's why you did it. So, yeah, you're a terrible criminal. So is his third wife. So is Erica, or Estelle. You fucking E-names. And fuck. I haven't said her name one time, and I haven't said his name one time, So you wish I did, Judge Heath. You're waiting for me to say their name so you can have the fucking police terrorize me, you fucking cunt. Judge Heath. You're disgusting. You're fucking disgusting. It's not fair. So it's like, okay, I get confused. He's calling again. So, I'm like, he wants to talk to me. But I told him, call the police on your fucking cunt mother. I left a little voiceover on the Snapchat. I said, every female that your every female counterpart, you call the police on your mother, Anderson. It's like Anderson Cooper. His mother, Gloria Vanderbilt, murdered his brother. And I just want people to talk about it. So, and then she used Anderson Cooper to model because he was beautiful. And the brother didn't want to do that life. That's why Gloria Vanderbilt murdered him. She's dead. So we don't have to, but we need to talk about it because she made so much money. And Anderson Cooper is awesome because he's gay. He doesn't want anything to do with any fucking pussy. He's got 3 beautiful sons and a partner. And he's been doing 360, reporting what's going on in the world for a long time. So, because they wanted to kill him. He was out in the field and they were going to behead him. So he's like, well, I don't really want to get beheaded. I'm not, John the Baptist. So thank you, Anderson Cooper, for being a smart man and doing CNN, because I don't watch it, but I have watched it, 360. So, and, I know what's going on. I know it's your fucking Gloria. Anybody who's with the name Gloria, you motherfuckers gotta go fucking to the county jail ASAP. So, but you can't call on Gloria Vanderbilt. She's long dead, which is very good. But, this is why I don't want to answer the phone from Anderson, because I want Anderson to call the police on wherever he is. He's not in Iraq. I told the Iraq guy, call the police on your fucking mother, your girlfriends, your aunts, your sisters. So, but not all of them, not all of them are bad. Grande knows women that are not bad, but some are very bad, and they have broken the law. And so Melania Trump is one of them, and Ivanka, all of those Trump women, people should call and put them in the Palm Beach jail. They'll, it's like, we want Trump and J.D. Vance and all of those guys, Bobby Kennedy Jr., they should go to jail and prison, but they shouldn't, not for very long. And I think it would be really great if they all got to go to Dublin. And so, maybe not J.D. Vance. Let's have just Donald Trump, because the other guys, they didn't really do anything wrong. Jim Jordan's great, so let J.D. Vance be the president, and Donald Trump, goes to jail, and then he'll go to prison, and he can go to Dublin. It's a very nice prison. The reason why it turned into a man's prison, everyone, is because the fucking cunts, the corrections officers cunts, were doing drugs and fucking, and the female prisoners, and then they were accusing the men of raping them, but it was a fucking lie. So it's just cunts are evil, and that's why it all works out because it's a man's prison now. It's beautiful, and there's not that many women's prisons or jails. They're predominantly more prisons are being built in Dublin. I was down with Ashley. She was there, and she got, and it's like, listen to this. They've been through so much trauma. The Dublin, they got special treatment because it was so. What? This is a fucking lie. The fucking cunt CEOs and the cunt females were the drug addicts and rapists and just disgusting. So I'm telling you what happened. These are things that the people need to know, that you can know this, because I've been through a lot, and it's like Dublin. Ashley got moved to Hazleton and she finished her time. She's a loser from Utah and she's a racist. She has a tattoo of the Aryan. She's a fucking KKK, and she was nice to me. She was very nice, and she's only like in her 30s, but she was posting obscene stuff on the internet. So I don't know what else she did, drugs, stuff like that. So, but she's out off probation. She lives with her parents in Utah, but she's a fucking KKK. But she told me Dublin's beautiful. It's beautiful. So that's why I think it would just be a fantastic experience for Donald Trump. And, but just him. We need the Speaker of the House and J.D. Vance and Jim Jordan. Maybe Jim Jordan can be the Speaker of the House. I think he'd be a great Speaker of the House, come to think of it. And then, they can do that. And so my sister's fine. Mary Charlotte, you're just very vain, like Carly Simon. And so's Reese. And so's Kelly. I mean, it's just like in your DNA. So that's not a crime. That's not a crime. It's no big deal. I've done it before, but I'm not like, I'm like, Raggedy Ann, Pippi Longstocking. I was walking a couple days ago and this homeless guy, he smelled so bad. The urine was like, ugh. And he's like, hey, Pippi, can I get a couple bucks? So I give these guys money if they ask for it, if I see them. They're not gonna fucking walk by and not give them a couple bucks. My God. Okay, so like I got this in the purse from Alfred Preston. There's change in here. I'm gonna take that today and give it to someone. Well, I'll keep the case because I'll just collect. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I believe Linnell's a good person, so the problem is Estelle Boncheck and his third wife and his first wife, and Diane Lynch was so awesome that year. I was so thankful for her. And I don't know if Bernie Lynch died. I was screaming at her, and I just was mad at the reason why I did that. Aunt Bernadette scolded me for that, and I deserved it because I was confused, because nobody was cared about me. Nobody cared. But I needed you to not care. It's called tough love. That's how we were. The Macrones were like, no, you're not going to get like my dad used to, when I did the Cheryl Tiegs commercial, the Kodak commercial, I mocked her. Hold it, boys. Because we're cool and tough. And we're not going to be fucking pussies. The Macrones are not pussies. No. And so the Bonchecks are. Yeah, that's the problem. The Bonchecks are pussies. And very emotional. And stupid. Just really stupid. My dad wasn't going to marry another Nancy or another Marianne. So Linnell's a good girl. She's a good woman. And she cares. And she's going home to take care of her mother. And I'm thinking, Grande said maybe move to Tennessee. Not today. I have goals. I have a purpose-driven life. And so that's the thing. Nancy DeLeon, I think maybe you should read The Purpose-Driven Life, and Sherry too, because you accused Ken of giving you the herpes, but how do you know, Sherry, that you didn't get the herpes from David Parmalee? So you're not going to pull a fast one on me, okay? And it's okay, you're not bad people for, herpes. A lot of people in prisons had herpes. Yeah, so it's don't touch me, don't hug me. But even if they did, I'm not going to get herpes because somebody gave me a massage one time because she had herpes. I didn't get herpes from her. She was nice. She was fucking, that was the only time I got a massage. That was way back. She was a total meth head. She was explaining to me how she can still, I'm still going to do it. And they can figure out how to piss clean. That's why I'm like laughing at myself now. I had some alcohol in my urine. It's like, I'm like, oh my God. You know, I'm allowed to drink alcohol. The feds don't mind. But the fucking state did. And I couldn't do CBD oil. I don't need CBD oil. It doesn't fucking work. And I don't need, well, somebody would maybe say, maybe she needs a fucking joint. You know, she needs some fucking bud. Somebody might say that. But I don't have time for that because it makes me like a fucking vegetable zombie. Ugh, then you don't care about anything. But the reason why the bitches don't want anyone to smoke marijuana, and I'm going to end with this because that's 15 minutes. So listen to this. Listen to this. This is something I learned from Rothschild. She left her Rothschild family. Okay, Vicky, you told me about watching, what was her name? She was annoying. She did these great interviews, so it was a Rothschild. She changed her name to Erin Hicks. And she explained that what the Rothschilds do to control their bloodline is they bend them over and fuck them up the ass, and they mind fuck them when they're about 4 years old. So it's, you know, and so then they stay in the bloodline, the bankers, the Rothschild bankers, they want it in their bloodline. So, you know, they're like, so, okay, they're bankers, you know, they did, like, look at all the banks downtown, and my photography is just, the bankers want to, you know, it's like, all Estelle cares about is her fucking money. That's why she worked at Key Bank. That bank scared the shit out of me, walking around and looking up at that. It was fucking, it's like terrorizing to me. So I'm not about banks and money, but so Erin wanted to get away from that. So she's Erin Rothschild, but she changed her name to Erin Green Hicks or something. Carrie Cassidy. Yeah, so watch it. It's fucked up. And she looks like, she could be Deborah Weiss's twin, who I was a nanny for Deborah Weiss and Svi Weiss. They look fucking identical, and they could be identical twins separated at birth. So, because Deborah Weiss is also, she was fucking made billions as an investment banker. So, you know, like, that's interesting, Deborah Weiss. You were nice to me. Svi was nice to me. You loved me as a nanny. We went to fucking Peru together, you know? So, anyway, you were hilarious too, because you know, the train was broken to get into Machu Picchu, and then we had to take this bus, and we're sitting on the fucking bus. In Latin America, if the bus breaks down, they don't tell you what's going on, and you just fucking sit there and nobody asks any questions. But Deborah Weiss was like, what the fuck? Let's go! And so the bus driver went. That was awesome, because Svi wasn't going to do anything, so I'm so glad you did that. So she's explained that Erin Rothschild explained her people wanted to kill her, so she was hiding from them and running from them, and she might be dead now. That she started to understand what happened to her, because they wipe your memories. They do fucked up stuff. Is that her son started to smoke marijuana, and it's a deprogrammer. So she used it too, and it deprograms you. So that's why the fucking cunts everywhere don't want me to smoke marijuana. I already did the Chiba Chews or whatever. It and you're just like, oh. No, they want you to take, you fucking cunt Pashkis Topeka, all you fucking cunt judges, and you Marissa. Fuck you, Marissa Giaga. I haven't fucking nailed you, you fucking cunt. You fucking loser from John Carroll. Klein program. You are the gaslighter. You're a fucking loser!